Whew.
You're on a path. You're here to...
Okay, so let's just go ahead and hop right in. So, if I remember correctly, I need to do the wishy-washy thing that I did before, so we can get the broken. What toppings? Just pepperoni as far as toppings go. I have red pepper, some Italian herbs, and Parmesan cheese on it as well. But as far as just toppings go that they put on it, yeah. I brought headphones this time so the narrator's more audible. Hey! Yeah, the narrator gets weirdly quiet even for me. It's interesting. Okay. So let's basically just go with what I went last time. Off to slay a monarch.
You make your warning before she will
proceed. This pepperoni's great. I usually go with just pepperoni. Sometimes Italian sausage is good.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely the blade.
Sometimes like some garlic on top. But for this pizza place, they're just pepperoni is fantastic. So yeah, what we did was we didn't take the blade. Do you think there are any other voices? What did we have? I think we had every single voice in the game, and there were a lot, like stubborn, just all kinds. Some I don't even really remember. All right, enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below.
Oh wait, no.
A voice.
Hello? Is someone there?
I did take the sword with me the first time. I did totally take the sword with me the first time. I want a crazy. We might get one.
It's hypnotizing. Don't let it fool you.
So we need broken. So I think there's an opportunity where I can go back upstairs to go get the sword. Maybe that point. Just continue.
You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done.
Did you ever just watch her? I don't think I did.
Lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Hey, Sage. Thanks for the raid. Oh, God. I was like, what in the world is Leah's run? Then I remembered it was that weird mini game in Dave the Diver. Yeah, happy Halloween, everyone. We're playing a perfect Halloween game.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
You should do exactly what you're supposed to. Hey, Bugs. I think I've already done exactly what I'm supposed to before. Like, totally just following exactly what I'm supposed to do. I know how to get one other voice, and that's broken, but I screwed it up. Not gonna lie, I feel like that quote would be applicable if we got stuck playing Four Swords. I don't think I could convince all of you to play Four Swords again. Let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
I already know all of these. I'm gonna keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other a little better. I can't trust you. Yeah, so retrieve the blade. Go back upstairs to retrieve the blade without saying another word. So, this is incredibly weird, because I walked in here, she says, hey, can you free me? And I go, yeah, let's just talk a little bit first. And then she says, okay, and we look at each other in the eyes, and then I just get back up, walk up the stairs, and go get the sword. How weird must I look? Was it worse than Dokapon? I had a great time with Dokapon.
Thank you.
Just the immediate face change, like, you know.
You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
Okay, so this stuff we have not seen.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
That voice is very different. Okay, we may have just stumbled upon a new ending anyway.
You'd better hope for your own sake that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but I'd hurry if I were you. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all.
Let's do it.
You creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet.
I think this is going to be a new ending. Hi?
Where the princess
Oh.
sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen.
That's cool. That's cool. Because we've established the idea that she will just chew her own arm off.
Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Look on the ceiling. Look on the ceiling. Don't... Yeah, that's what you just saw me leave to go get a blade to kill you. You've chewed off your own arm. What'd she cut her arm off with? She chews it off. We saw that in a different one. She just starts gnawing on herself until her arm comes off. Yeah, I went and got the blade to kill you. I come back in, your severed arm's just sitting on the ground. Then I just go, hello? Am I there? I think we got off on the I think we got off on the wrong foot. You know, can we restart? Hi, I'm Quasi.
No, I don't think we can.
She has the bite strength of a great white. Honestly, she might have a bite strength greater than the great white. Than a great white.
Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
She's lost an arm. I'm locking her down here and letting her bleed out. Yeah, no, that would definitely work. Let's finish this, you know?
Eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her.
Nah, we got this. We got this for sure.
Where is she?
I definitely won't get bodied. Close the door behind you? Yeah, nah, we're gonna be super confident.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
Yeah, nah, we got this. Easy. Come on out. Let's get this. Come on out. I know you're in here. Do I want to investigate the arm? I feel like investigate the arm might be what kills me. Come on out.
I can wait. I'm very patient.
Wait?
You do your best to patiently wait her out.
It seems we are at an impasse.
But eventually, exhaustion starts to set in. Come on, wake up. We can't fall asleep down here.
Ooh, can I get voice of the sleepy? That'll just be me. Nah, keep waiting.
You wait for as long as you can, pushing yourself to stay awake and stay vigilant. But you can't outwait someone who's been waiting for as long as she remembers. You barely even realize that you've started to drift off.
Yeah.
Hate tears you from your sleep. The princess is upon you, ripping into your flesh, unnaturally sharp teeth and claws severing arteries and digging into organs.
Wow, what a way to wake up, am I right?
There's nothing to be done. You're already half gone. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Okay, good. New path unlocked. Chapter 2, The Beast. This is a different one. Hi, honey. You're looking rather vicious
In
tonight.
the woods. And at the end of that path is a cat. You're here to
Okay, so we've gone over all of these again. So wait, is Broken with us? She's going to kill me again. Broken might be with us again.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
Thank you, narrator. I am very skilled and courageous.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what happened...
Oh, Hunted!
Something else must have trapped us here.
Yeah. Hunted was one of them. Okay, so we found the Hunted path. So I know Broken and I know Hunted.
You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess.
This is going to be cool because it's called The Beast and I have Voice of the Hunted, which sounds very, very cool as far as a chapter goes. Okay, so we don't need to do any of this stuff. We might get some extra context from like Hunted or something like that, but it's basically just going to be the same thing as before. We're hunting for new paths, so...
A warning. She will... There's a cat... I don't see why that matters. She could have gotten out of there whenever she...
Sorry, skip that. Does a cat lie in the corner, lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom, or is it just acting out its nature? She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell.
It's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
I wonder what the hunter's MO in this is. Yeah, I am interested in finding out more about narrator. Or, no, not... I said hunter, didn't I? No, the narrator. So is the cabin going to be different? Because usually it is in chapter 2.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated.
Yep.
It feels like no one has lived here for a long time. Wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I mean... I don't think approaching the mirror is going to do anything. I'm going to try it every time,
Walk
though.
up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. What are you talking about? You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin.
Okay.
There was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone.
Okay, so yeah, that happens seemingly every time. Well, we're definitely going to take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
That it would be.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Yeah, just grab a crossbow and kite her. That's what we need to do. Ideally, there's like a table in the middle of the room so we can get her stuck on it like this is RuneScape. Hey, Narik. The idea that we're going into a jungle and we're going to be hunted by some sort of beast, I'm really, really interested in seeing what the princess looks like here.
She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
I can smell you too.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager.
Loop the princess and flashlighter, yeah. I think this is my favorite one. It's already set up very neatly.
You carefully make your way down the stairs.
I hope she's a giant spider princess.
The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness.
That looks like a lion tail.
Illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness.
See, this looks like the haunches of a lion or some sort of big cat. But this specifically looks like a lion tail. It could also just be the dress, I suppose, and it's just torn apart. I would be lying if I said this wasn't spoopy. Yeah, I'm feline kind of scared right now. Gonna be honest.
The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere. You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess.
Yeah, no, just a princess. It's fine, it's fine.
She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping.
Neither are you.
It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes
Oh.
between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
Okay, this was the perfect chapter to do on Halloween. Look at this shit. No.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you up right. Hero is scaroused.
The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Where? Don't you hear that clinking? She's in chains again. We're fine. Where?
Anywhere.
Don't you hear that clinking? She's in chains again. We're fine. Yeah, yeah.
Why not? Move. There's a shift
Yep.
in the humid air. Something enormous. The princess lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping, her eyes fierce and full of hunger.
I felt like that was gonna happen if I kept asking questions, but you know.
She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain. You are devoured. I guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it. You are in a dark and cold space. A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time.
Yeah, we definitely got vored. I didn't think she was big enough for that, but uh-oh. We have been vored.
The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
Correction, this isn't my favorite one. What? No, Bugs, you said the Vor one was your favorite one. This is your favorite one, right?
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
Yeah, this is very, very leaning into the Vor route. Treat you like a Komodo dragon. Komodo dragons are so cool.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
You're gonna use me to try and get out of here?
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her.
Are you like wearing my skin as a disguise so you can escape? I mean, I still have my hand.
Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom.
Yeah.
You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards. the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here?
Oh my god. Oh my god, she's like, I wore your skin and tried to leave. That didn't work. So I'm just gonna put you inside my body and use that if we can see if we can leave like that. My god. She speaks of the last iteration. Yeah, she did that with some of the other ones too, where she would specifically reference, and even the narrator would be like, how does she know about the previous run effectively? Because there was the one before where she was like waiting for us with a dagger and was like, I'm definitely not going to kill you like you killed me last time.
Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something.
Okay, let's see. I've played Bowser's Inside Story. We probably gotta like...
You still have that steel claw. Tear through her before we are her. Survive.
We can go out and exit. You know, someone is getting off on this wildly with the moving stomach when you wiggle the mouse. Yeah, it's gross to me. So I know someone must be super... Oh, there's definitely someone super into this entire chapter. There's someone out there that plays this entire chapter over and over again to get off.
Or we could use it to make this quick for ourselves. If she needs us in order to leave, we could at least deny her that. That is a bad thing to do.
Can you talk to the cabin? What? Oh, God's Quasi? It's true. They leaned way too hard into the me being digested part for it not to be the case. Can you talk to the cabin?
I understand it, and it understands me. Talking is for those who don't know how to listen.
So you're talking to the cabin. The cabin has a voice. Do you do... No? But knowing something exists and doing it are very different things. You could have asked me before swallowing me alive.
I acted on my will, fledgling, and you acted on yours. The strong triumph, and the weak submit or perish.
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slop from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
Yep. We're not having a great time, and now we're brandishing the sword. I once again talked with you too long, but it's neat to talk to you. I'm usually not going to make it out of these situations anyway, so...
The cage is still locked.
Are you talking about... I wonder, because... We specifically learned that if we just try to leave, it just teleports us back to the cabin, effectively. We just tried to leave and go the other way, and the narrator's like, no, you'll always end up back here, basically. So I wonder if that's what you mean here by the cage is still locked. Like, yes, you got out of the basement in the cabin, but you still can't leave the forest.
I don't think we can talk our way out of this. We are drowning in death. There's no more space for words.
Spit me out or I'll kill myself and nobody gets to leave. You need me to want to free you, don't you? You can't force me to let you out of here. Just because I want freedom doesn't mean I want to give you yours. I have my steel claw. I could use it to hurt you. Dig with your steel claw. Or screw you, slay yourself. Let's try digging.
Though you have little room to move, use what strength you can muster to drive the blade forward into the thick walls of tissue digesting you.
I suggest squeamish people maybe don't look at this part. Maybe don't look at this part. The world only consists of the cabin and woods. Yeah, the narrator mentioned that last time. But, I mean, there's got to be that's what she's trying to escape from. There's a greater world outside of this world that she is trying to escape into. So
I can feel you tearing through me, but are you swift enough for it to matter?
very gory, yeah.
Pulling his hands to bang as the princess desperately throws everything at the cabin door. Your flesh screams as your reddened, spongy body is hit with fresh waves of blistering acid.
You can't hold me forever.
Spit me out. Do you need me to want to free you? Just because I want freedom doesn't mean I want to give you yours. Dig with the claw some more. Dig with the claw with more. Maybe. Trying to escape the game is how I'd interpret it. Yeah, that's one way to interpret it. If we're really gonna go the whole 9 yards with me trying to stop her from escaping into the real world.
You slice again, deeper, rooting through her meat with the tip of your blade, until at last it finds her beating heart.
Please don't say rooting through her meat. It was not fast enough, though.
Exceed the limits of the flesh. Your vision finally begins to blur, your eyes clouding over as they melt in their sockets.
I don't think it's that cliche. I don't think it is either. I think there is a greater thing going on here, and I don't think she's trying to. It's going to do like a. She's going to come through my computer screen and get out. There's all bad quotes. God, what a terrible time for that quote.
What little air remains in this rancid stew of flesh and slippery organs is finally too foul to breathe, and your lungs mercifully give out before you have to suffer another burning, liquefying moment. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Please don't say rancid stew of flesh and slippery organs. Don't say that. You get one a stream, so I'll allow it. Oh god. One sec. Alright, already. Would you just fucking come already? Bold of you to fucking assume that Duff would be able to make anyone come, Gondola. What's wrong with you? What's wrong? No, that's just a lie, that quote. The wild. Oh, hi!
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge. His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that?
Narrator, I think you're out of your element here. You've had the narration stolen from you.
That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here? I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be.
Okay, that's a repeat line that we've heard before because things have gotten very different before when we like kind of deconstructed the entire world and Princess became like a little like sketch instead of a proper princess.
Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
I got vored.
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped.
I think that's 6 beyond our edge. So yeah, the fact that the narrator exists outside of this world and is kind of just watching it unfold.
He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do? Can she hear us if we talk?
I can hear everything, little one, but you don't have to be afraid of me. There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
You sound more like the amalgam that we run into. Your voice now, it's sounding more similar to that.
That's just because she devoured us and we dissolved away.
Oh, hey, there's Broken.
We don't even exist as a body anymore. We're still here, though. And if we're safe, isn't that better? She ate you. And now you're convinced that you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
We went from a seemingly innocent princess in the basement to full-on vor to interdimensional existential vor, and yeah, now we're combined. She ate me, so she and I became one when we got reincarnated in the new timeline.
I guess that's it then. This is us now. We're the woods. Okay.
Me too, Broken. Broken's like, I don't really care what shit you're going on about, but if this is my life now, okay. God, I missed out by watching Doctor Who with Harry the first night you played this. This game's great. 12 hours of work. Yeah, I would be dead. I would be voice of the dead. This thing watching us, what is he?
I'm not watching you, I'm trying to help you.
Shut up, narrator, alright?
That's not an answer to our question.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that he wishes for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone's best interests. You won't be able to slay her unless you remove yourself from her.
Narrator does feel like a DM, like a dungeon master, and we're the person playing D&D that is not following the rules. Like the DM's like, okay, you have this encounter with the dragon, what attack do you use? And I look the DM straight in the eye and say, I seduce the dragon. And then the dungeon master just puts their hand on their head and lets out a long sigh. That's what it feels like. I'm testing the limits.
He wants us to kill each other.
I don't. I want you to kill her. Don't be charmed by her faux solidarity. You're not in this together.
I don't know. You've been kind of an asshole to me this whole time, you know.
She's the only one who poses a threat to the world, and she's trying to make you go along with it. You don't have to enable her, especially when you have what it takes to stop her.
That's how half dragons are born, or if it's Shrek, like donkey dragons. Sage, did you see the first stream of this where there's a point where we encounter a giant bone and beating heart version of the princess, and I'm like, oh yeah, now this is the one I would romance. Isn't that still half dragon? That is still half dragon, yeah. I just had to add the donkey in there. I've had enough of this guy. How do we stop him? Okay, let's say I want to stop her. What do? I feel like I can't do much of anything. Why should anyone do anything right now? This is fine. I like being this. This is the Disco Elysium option when you lean into the God, what is it called? The stat that just makes you like into the occult. That's this option. Why are you being nice to me? Aren't you a monster? Didn't you eat me? I can feel the pressure of the outside pushing in on us. What are we supposed to do about it? Whatever we are right now is an abomination and I want out. I don't like this. I'm supposed to be me and you're supposed to be something that isn't me. Okay, you, narrator. How do I stop her? Donkey. Yeah, I had enough of this guy. How do we stop him?
We push back. It may feel like he's everywhere, but presence isn't strength. Otherwise, he would have torn us apart by now. There must be a crack in the walls of this prison. There must be a way for us to be free from him.
Inland Empire, I think. Yeah. Inland Empire is it. God, this would have been a crazy ending to stumble upon as your first one. My first endings were not this crazy, but this goes places.
She's trying to use you. After everything she's done, you should be able to see that. I may not have been around to witness it, but clearly you remember what happened. How about you try remembering how it all felt?
It does make sense, too, that the narrator is specifically outside the realm of this world and what's happening, because the narrator is the only one that doesn't remember the previous events that we keep talking about. Everyone else in this does. Trying to use you after everything you've done, you should be able to see that. I may not have been around the witness, but clearly remember what happened. How about you try remembering how it all felt?
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the fear and the hunger and the pain. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was clicking buttons. You don't have to yell at me.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So petty? We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
I can feel a thumping. A heartbeat. Like a distant terror that keeps getting louder the more we pay attention.
Please, stop. If you let it in, we'll fall apart.
Don't look at it!
Bury it now before it's too late, or gaze at the terror in your heart. Oh, God. That's when Star Sending was one I've never seen, because I think you can exclusively get it when you go into the game and instantly follow the rules perfectly. Yeah, I did the complete opposite of that my first time. It's Halloween. It's Halloween. It's the witching hour. We bury that shit and become whatever this is.
No, you can't bury that feeling. You can't hide from your past.
Sure I can.
The past doesn't have to exist. Our freedom is within us. We just have to find it.
But the past does exist. I remember it. I do remember the past. I do remember the past. I said I was going to go this route, so we're going to go this route. Going the other route is probably another ending. But let's turn inward and just accept the fact that we're going to turn into a flesh tree.
You fall inward into a network of connections too vast for your mind to occupy. Are you a path in the woods? Are you a body? Can you even grasp the fuzziest edges of the shapes that confine you?
We can change to fill them together.
We don't need to be everywhere, we just need to test the boundaries. You'd do best to remember that some wounds never heal. Some rifts can never be mended. Even in rebirth, some things never come back the same.
Even narrator's getting pretty serious right now. Leave it to me to become a vor tree? Damn straight.
What is he going on about? What does he know about us?
This is all too much. Why can't we just let her do as she sees fit? She's the one who can handle being vast. It's not for us. It's not for me.
Come on, I want to be the great Deku tree.
You aren't whole. You'll never be whole again. This struggle is meaningless. Whatever you think you're doing, you will fall apart.
Okay, I think with this specific line, the narrator is actually talking to the amalgam creature that we run into at the end of all of these different runs, because the whole quest that that creature gave us was seek out different paths to give me as much knowledge as I possibly can so I can be reforged, basically. So I think that's what you're talking to. You're not talking to me, you're talking at the creature.
We don't need to be made whole. All we need to do is find a single corner of his cage and break it.
There's a place you need to be, you just need to find it.
You stretch and search and stretch and search, growing as you decay and decaying as you grow. As you strain beyond your limits, the ground around you becomes dry and unstable and crumbles into nothing beneath you. This place will fall apart before you find its end. This task, whatever it is you think you're doing, is impossible. All he has are words, and words aren't real. We're real.
God, I wasn't ready to sit down and have this... I wasn't ready to sit down and have this become so wild and mind-bending. Whew. I thought I was just gonna hop in and maybe get murdered a few times, but we're getting existential.
I can hold us together for a little while longer, so long as you trust me.
I became a filamentous decomposer, a fungus. Hey!
Of course we do. To the ends of the earth.
I trust you. We need Smitten here for this. I'll compose and decompose as many times as it takes, baby.
You won't find anything. If I have to starve you, if I have to sacrifice my world to keep the princess at bay, I'll do it.
But you do find something. It's cold and smooth and gently buckles, then cracks under the pressure of your consciousness flattening against it.
Don't move an inch. Don't grow another blade of grass or harvest the remains of another dying creature so you can expand just that much further. Stop all of this. Right now.
I think it's too late for that, mate.
I'd fucking say so. It's just so aptly put.
I'm at your side. Shatter it, and free us all.
Shatter the cage.
No, stop!
But his pleas disappear at the sound of breaking glass. For a moment, you and she gaze through the tiniest hole in the world at the place you need to be.
Is this what he kept from us? Is this why he made us kill each other?
That is indeed color, yeah. It also looks 3D. Kinda. It looks like it could almost be live action through there. Kind of like how there is no game.
It's beautiful. We need to be there. We won't be safe until we are. We won't be whole.
Ah, and they just give us a little glimpse of it, and then it's gone. And then it's gone.
Where did it go? Why is everything so cold?
But you never got the chance to answer her. You turn to see her gone behind you. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's going to be okay, just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared. Yeah. Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. I keep coming back.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
Yeah, I'm outside the game. I can keep doing this. You're inside the game. You get reset every single time, but I can keep putting you through the same iterations and same processes, watching you suffer and suffer and suffer for my amusement.
Death. Real death.
This is what we all deserve, isn't it?
Approach the mirror. Yeah, this is certainly going places. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You're at the cabin. Yeah, we gave the fungal network to the princess.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again.
This game does so many cool things visually. so many cool things visually. Oh my god, you're right. It is totally a face. I think I see what you're talking about. Eyes here. Like nose bridge. Eyebrows. Mouth.
All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. How can you stand to be a contradiction? Doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make it worse? What do you think of this vessel? Still planning to kill you? No. You know that at the end of this, once you finish, I'm going to kill you. Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind? Figured out what you'll want when we're finished? At this point, yeah, I definitely don't think I'm going to be killing you. To be, but I'm too invested in this. It's very, very easy to get invested. A good time would be when we start a new run, which is right after this. You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. I'm gonna go through all of them except for the I'm gonna murder you thing.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes.
You see a bird skull? Seeing a bird skull would make sense considering we are bird. So that could check out.
I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
How can you stand to be a contradiction? The princess is not bird, but if we were combined together, it would make sense if, when we combined together, the princess took on some bird features.
As easily as you can stand to be you, you are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit, even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Damn, that hits hard. I'm sitting here trying to play a horror game for Christmas, and the princess tells me, hey, even though you're flawed, you're still great, and you're still unique and cool in your own way. Thank you, princess. I needed to hear that. Doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse? I think the part the hand is holding up is the mouth. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like this general area. I disagree with the princess's statement. I suck. No. Listen to princess. Wait, did I say Christmas? Did I say Christmas? Fuck. Whoopsie. My wife's gonna come up here and crucify me because I said Christmas when Halloween's not done yet. We still got an hour left, and I'm mentioning Christmas.
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
Started snowing during trick or treat tonight. Yesterday it was 88. Tonight it's going to get down to freezing. Tonight it is getting down to freezing. Yesterday it was 88. Wild. I went out in a short sleeve today and was like, oh, what? This changement doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me? If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me. No, not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near you. I have no opinion one way or another on the matter. I just want it all to stop. Yes, you're torturing me and I hate it. I think I hate you. Open window sleeping weather? Damn straight. If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is like a shadow of me, twisting vines in search of answers. She will make for a curious heart.
Yeah, I wonder if I'm imagining each of the vessels that we give you lean into like a very specific like kind of character trait or personality, and obviously this one's curiosity in the form of an ever-expanding network of like vegetation that is constantly trying to breach the edges of the world to see where it ends.
Do not mourn her. She has found what she yearned for.
This game feels way too smart for me, and I feel like I can't fully appreciate it, but gods damn is it cool. And I can at least see that. Not still planning to kill you? No. Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me.
This is the kind of game I would love to write an academic paper on. I would love to see an academic paper on this game. That sounds amazing.
Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Have you figured out what you want when we've finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
I'll go ahead and say this music is unnerving. Yes. This sounds like the music that would play possibly in like a final boss encounter in like a Souls game. Or a JRPG where you get to the true final form of the boss, where some nice shit like this just starts playing. And there's no hype music or anything, and it's just dead quiet. I played a Mori. Yeah, I played a Mori. How many more vessels do I need to get bring you?
We will know when we near our destination.
Yeah, the third iteration of it. Alright, I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. So does this scene remind you of anything? A bit. Yes. A lot of Omori...
You're here to slay. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
A lot of Omori, I feel like, went over my head, basically, until the ending. So I don't feel like I got the opportunity to properly appreciate it, but... Okay, look at that, we're back. Now would be the time to take your potty break, Gondola. Alright, I've always wanted to off a monarch.
You make your way up the short a warning before you go any further. She will lie.
I can skip, right? I guess what I was assuming skip would do would just take me to where there's new stuff. So I need to take the blade. I need to take the blade. Later, Atom Gems. Okay, I'm reading this thing Bugs just sent. Okay. That's a thing. Try the waiting game this time. I think I'm gonna go for Broken this time because I specifically know the path to Broken.
You take the blade from the table.
Into the basement.
The door to the
So
basement creaks. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds. Don't let it.
So yeah, I said just checking in on you last time.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here.
Hey, how
I
are
was starting to
you?
think they'd forgot.
You walk down the stairs and lock. She's so focused on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Okay, so let's see. Last time I said what? No way. Why would you even think that? Nah. Nuh-uh.
Then drop the knife.
We should. It'll go a long way to building trust with her. Don't you dare.
I don't
fine.
remember.
We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I can't remember if I dropped it last time or not. But I distinctly remember I went up the stairs, and then when I got to the top of the stairs, it was like, this is your last chance to go kill her. And then I turned around and was like, yeah, you know what, I'll go kill her. Tighten your grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands.
You poor thing.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have...
I recognize this
then
dialogue.
You should just drop it.
She's unarmed.
Yeah, okay, so... I'm sorry, can we just talk?
You're so close. No, this is a good idea.
Oh, threatened, are we?
Okay, so no, I did drop the knife. Hemlock is right. I did drop the knife because I have to or you won't talk to me. So drop it.
The blade tumbles.
You're totally right, yeah.
Hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just...
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can...
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Okay, so do you know I'm here to kill you? How long have you been down here? How do I get you out of here? Yeah, it's pretty awkward. How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... Well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Yeah, I chose the "Are you coming on to me" option when I did my first time, I think, because I wanted it to be as awkward as possible.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
A relationship? Are you coming on to me? We'll get a reminder of this.
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Understood, Queen.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Alright, so... we've talked enough?
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know what.
Okay, so I'm getting you out of here, examine the change. I'm going to keep you locked down here at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. Keep her locked away.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
Yeah.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
you have to make a choice.
Okay, I made my choice. I'm locking her in the basement. Is I think what I went with last time. I think this is what I went with last time. And then when I went up to the top, the narrator was like, "This is your last chance to kill her." And then I turned around.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess.
Yeah.
And make your way to the stairs.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she?
Here we go. You can still turn around and finish the job. Oh, but it doesn't give me an option because I didn't pick the sword back up. Oh, shit.
You'll be the death of all of us, but fine.
Yeah.
Close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade.
Okay, but this does lead to another ending. But I needed to pick the sword back up before going up the stairs, because if I had the sword in my hand when I got to the top of the stairs, it would give me the option to turn around and go kill her instead. And that's how we got the broken last time. But this leads to an ending where I barricade the door with a table. Okay.
Okay. We can make this work.
Okay, at least we got somewhere.
You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door.
So next time, since I clearly am having trouble finding out what the broken path was, I guess we'll just go for the wait path again. Or I guess we'll just try the wait path that Hemlock mentioned.
It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
Opens inward. Yeah, that makes this whole table situation awkward. I'm sure it's dual hinged. It's fine.
I know you're still there.
Whoa.
You make things easier on yourself and let me out.
Okay, that voice is different.
It's not like this little door I'll hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare.
Perfect Halloween game.
As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker.
I mean, we've been on the other side of that door, just inside of her tummy before when she was doing this.
No, it doesn't.
Threaten me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience. So all of that was just an act, wasn't it? You're not really innocent or harmless. You're not even a princess. You're a monster. Ignore her and go to sleep. Well, we can't be nice to her. We can't get back on her good side, it seems. Threaten me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience.
These aren't threats. These are promises. Sooner or later, you're going to have to sleep. And I'll make sure you never see the light of day.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can, and huddle up against the wall.
The waveform for this banging is going to look really, really interesting in Audacity.
You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence. In
Uh-oh.
the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
My god, that really did open inward. They even show it right here.
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me
Oh.
get out of that awful basement.
Okay, now you're a ghost? Now you're we've had cat girl, we've had giant bone demon. Now you're a ghost.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working.
Those eyes. Look at Steady Phantom. Dun, 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 dun. She's a phantom.
It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach.
Was it blades? I thought it was bones that came out. I guess they were bone. Well, no. They were like metal blades that just came out of her body.
Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
Duff would enjoy this too much. Pretty much, yeah.
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
God, I can't believe we're stuck in a match against Spirit.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
I mean, I know it's not the end, because this is going to continue.
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The Nightmare. Okay, this one could go interesting places too. Yeah.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to
Okay, terrible sense of deja vu. Okay, so let's see which voice we got. But I died. What am I doing
I
here?
can assure you that you're not if he doesn't remember what happened. Shh. What if he hears us?
Ah, the paranoid. The paranoid, huh? Yeah, okay, this is how we get the paranoid.
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit.
Shit. Shit.
I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save after all.
Alright, proceed.
A warning. Before she will lie, I don't think lying... It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Proceed. Okay, how's Ghost Princess gonna go?
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway.
This is interesting. This is interesting because now the table's already knocked to the side and the blade is just waiting in front of me. Back into the inscription cabin. Absolutely. God, inscription was good.
The blade is your implement. Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time.
Yeah, no door this time, and it's also way bigger.
It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
Have to get pegged by the trapper. You didn't say anything. This whole cabin is different than I remember it being, which we know where that line of questioning goes. The mirror still hasn't done anything. I'm gonna skip it this time. I guess I don't have to. We can wipe it.
Reach forward, and did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
I guess that's fair. Yeah, we've been talking about the mirror, but narrator is always like, what are you talking about? There's not a mirror there. And as we've seen, the mirror is what connects us to the interesting place with our friend, so that makes sense. Was it the mirror we saw cracking last run? As far as I understand, yeah, the mirror's in like every one, and it's specifically where the being that wants to be whole lives, basically.
You reach down and pick the blade up off the floor. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
But yeah, it would make sense to me if it was cracking. This game is very cool, yeah.
Good. Steel can't lie to us.
I mean, it could. This could be like a gag toy. You know? What if we stab the princess with it and it goes like, it makes like a slide whistle sound and bends.
Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife? Could we have a bomb?
Can we have a bomb? I think we're gonna need something more than a bomb to take down Ghost Princess. We need the poltergust.
The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself. Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death.
Enter the basement. Let's go see what's going on.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps, suspended in dark.
Fuck that. Nah. 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 This is not OSHA approved. I see no railings, you know. Nah.
More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes.
Oh yeah, the eyes, yeah. Look at the eyes. We're being looked at constantly because we have the voice of the paranoid. We're constantly seen.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
I gotta give props to every single different path leaning really, really hard into the specific character trait that you pick up. Like Hunted being us going into a jungle and things like that. Paranoid here specifically having very dangerous steps that someone that is paranoid would be scared of falling down. Having eyes constantly staring at you and things like that. When we did the Path of the Broken, if I remember correctly, the voice... the cabin was like just totally destroyed, decrepit, like it was completely busted. So it's like, it's really cool how they do that. You haven't met my favorite voice yet? Not even in the one where we got every single voice? Because yeah, we had, when we did the one path, we got every single voice to join us basically. Unless there was one that just didn't join then.
Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I was there but not prominent.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
Yeah. How hard is it to throw a knife?
It can't be that hard.
Nah, it's easy. Don't worry about it.
But then we'd lose our weapon. We'd have to make it count. Otherwise she'd be furious and we'd be defenseless. If a knife is even enough to do anything against something like her in the first place, it'll be enough.
We're gonna talk to her. We don't need a plan. I'm just gonna kill her. Mr. Narrator seems to think I can do it. I don't know why you're being all being such pessimists right now. Step off into the void between the stairs? Wow, wait, we can just die. Don't mind me. Step off into the void between the stairs.
You attempt to step off the stairs and into the pitch black surrounding them, but you're stopped by an invisible force. Why did you do that? What did you think would happen?
So effectively you win the game if you can kill her? No. Effectively at this point, I think winning the game is basically just going through as many routes as you possibly can. Dying or killing her doesn't matter. Or killing her doesn't matter. The important thing is that you always die. I don't know. Falling into an infinite void seemed better than going downstairs and dying. I'm just scared.
How would falling into an infinite void be better than anything?
I mean, think of all the time you would have to think about things.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs.
I love how just exasperated Narrator is with me.
As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right.
It's actually a nun if you can even kill her. We killed her in one timeline. And she came back in the next timeline and was like, hey, when you killed me, that fucking hurt, and now I'm pissed. So she can be killed, but since we're effectively just iterating over multiple timelines, she just comes back even more pissed off at us if we do kill her.
She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed.
Also, there's the fact that if I get to our friend that is like, make me whole, it gives me an option there to kill her. And I'm imagining if you kill that version of her, which is the culmination of every single version of her that has existed thus far, she might actually die then. We can also kill ourselves at that part, so.
Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you.
God, the eyes. Look at them blink. They're like small now, and they're just in a few various places. It's so unnerving.
Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again.
That's the thing that is like, the only other thing I can think of that's done this same kind of thing is like ReZero, where the idea is that yes, our character comes back, but they feel that death and pain every single time. So like, yeah, they come back when they're dead, but they still have to go through the excruciating pain of dying each and every time. And our character remembers that. That's why Hero gets more and more distressed the further cycles we get in. Because yeah, it's like, oh yeah, if I die I just come back to life, but also it hurts a lot. I don't like liminal spaces. I'm fine with liminal spaces. The dark ocean when you're looking down below you and there's just dark nothingness, though, now that gets me. If you really want to see me freak out, see me play some Nautica Below Zero.
Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
That was good delivery on the "I'm going to find you." Our hero didn't ditch best girl. The Rim situation is interesting because Rim feels like tailor-made to appeal to people and be seen as the perfect option in the first place. I always kind of like the multiple timeline games and ramifications of your actions in previous cycles, especially if the game actually plays that up. That being said, when I watched ReZero, I didn't really like Amelia, so I just liked Rim because I liked Rim. Go left, go right, do nothing, go back the way you came. Yeah, you know, let's just leave.
You turn back to the stairs, only to find that they aren't there.
Fair.
A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are. I
Ugh.
told you I was going to find you.
Ew, why do you have a weird baby doll head now?
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb.
Okay, hi.
Your arms quickly follow.
Gonna go ahead and say it. Baby dolls? Fucking creepy. Yeah, your face is cracked, like it's a mask, or you are like a doll head.
This is it, isn't it?
And you brought your little knife with you again. Cute.
Yeah, it is pretty cute, isn't it? I like it.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
As your blood
Okay,
begins to
Jesus
coagulate,
Christ.
It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt.
I was not jump scared by that, but that was loud. That was a loud sound effect. Oh, God. Luckily, I have the compressor on my desktop audio, but that might have still been pretty loud.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. Heart, lungs, liver.
Okay. Paranoid has been to therapy and knows how to deal with panic attacks, but I don't think this is gonna help with this.
What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath. Heart.
It's okay, ghosts aren't real.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission.
I don't know, stab her? She seems very incorporeal. I don't know if stabbing her is even gonna work. I don't know what our plan is here, but we're gonna die.
Your weapon is still in your hands. Strike at her and end this before it's too late.
I mean, I think possibly the reason she may not be attacking us is because she straight up can't do anything to us except scare us to death. She's a ghost. She can't actually interact with us like we can't interact with her. Unless she's gonna pull a poltergeist and start pulling these boards at me. Why won't you finish me off?
Because I don't want to. And even if I did, I don't have to. Look at the way you're struggling to stay alive. It's taking everything you have to keep your heart pumping right now. And I'm enjoying the show.
The princess leans forward, bringing her masked lips close to your ear.
If I want to see you gone, all I need to do is break your concentration.
These sound effects are getting pretty crazy. So it did specifically mention that you do have a mask on.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. She slowly runs her velvet glove across the base of your neck. It feels like static. And then... Shit, make her stop. Hey, snap out of it. Okay, deep breath. Deep breath, we're fine. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. You're back.
I like how paranoid, even in the background, once we get to other characters talking, is still going. It really adds a lot to the scene.
One moment, and then you're gone. Just like that. Ah, and there's the fear.
She pulls away.
But that wouldn't be very fun, now would it? I've already done that.
What happened after you killed me last time? I was sent here to stop you from destroying the world. You're a lunatic, you know that? If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down situation? Why not just kill you instead? We don't have to be enemies, we can work together. I'm not doing any of this, I'm not helping you leave, and I'm not going to try and kill you, so do your worst. Toss the blade and remain in your nightmare. Let's leave, run, slay the princess. What happened after you killed me last time?
I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then... well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, when I die, you just get brought into the new world, even if you're alive. That's how you manage to remember everything. Cool.
I don't think I can live without you, and dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
So can you leave together? That's what I'm wondering, if we can actually enter a situation where both of us just agree to leave together at the same time, and I think I'm going to follow up on that with this version. Need me alive, then why'd you threaten me on the stairs? Why didn't you just try being nice to me?
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you? And you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me. You seem miserable.
I was saying just stop you from destroying the world. And what if I let you out? What then? Do we go our separate ways? You're a lunatic. Okay, and what if I let you out? What then?
Definitely not. If you're what I need to leave this place, chances are you're pretty useful. I think I'll keep you right by my side. A little good luck charm to make sure I stay free. Don't worry, I'll make sure to take good care of you. I promise.
Being around you is agony. I'm not going to stick around. You're a lunatic, you know that, right? If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down situation? I'm not going to say this one. I don't think either of these. You're a lunatic.
I am what I am, and right now, I'm in control. So, you might want to be a little nicer to me.
He raises one left finger.
Oh, okay.
Its tip hovering just over your skin, seeming to enjoy the lingering threat. But she withdraws, sparing you another momentary glimpse of death.
Okay, okay. Those sound effects are a lot. If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down situation?
Like I said, I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
What if I refuse to let you out? What happens then? I'm scared to say that. How about it? Okay. We don't have to be enemies. We can work together. We can be friends even.
I'm glad you're seeing things my way.
Okay. Okay. Let's get out of here. Leave together. Or fine, you win. I'll let you leave. Leave together. I'm gonna leave together.
What? No!
Narrator, shut up.
I knew you'd come around. Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving, and, do you think you could just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is. Doesn't the world end if we fail to stop her? Won't letting us die here just make it end faster?
Paranoid, you stopped chanting, please.
Shit. Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs. With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment and oblivion.
Go ahead. I'll be right behind you.
I don't trust having our back to her. You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the feedback, just focus on keeping us alive.
It is interesting because every single time Paranoid stops chanting to say something, we immediately go out.
Right. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Besides, I get the feeling she's telling the truth. She needs us alive. Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Explorer, how about you go first?
Nerves, heart, lungs.
How about you go first?
What? Are you scared of turning your back to me? You don't have to be worried that I'm going to do something bad. You're too important to me now. Besides, what if I lost track of you and dropped the stairs on accident? I wouldn't want that to happen. And I don't think you'd want that to happen either. So go on. Go ahead.
Yeah, Paranoid is definitely carrying the team right now.
She urges you forward, like one might a reluctant pet.
Oh, that's a line. Okay, fine.
You place a shaky foot on the first step and begin your ascent from the basement. You can feel the static prickling of the princess on your neck, your limbs buzzing with pins and needles, an uncomfortable and constant reminder that you exist, and that your existence is so very precarious.
You're almost there.
You'll get married and have children and live happily ever after. I don't know if I would live happily ever after with children, but maybe Hero would. That line is a mood, yeah.
The only thing left between you and the cabin is the now shut door to the basement. It would be a real shame if it had locked behind you.
Can you do it with a ghost? Only one way to find out.
Heart, lungs. Oh, you snake. There wasn't even a door when we first got here. The door was from last time. I told you we shouldn't trust him.
Yep. She rebuilt the stairs and it led to the original door.
I know he's messing with us, but you can't lose your cool. We need you right now. Remember? Yes, I remember. Of course I remember. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. This is so frustrating. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Yeah, when we came in, he didn't have a door to give us as few possible barriers to actually getting in and doing the job, but now that we want to leave, all of a sudden there's a damn door here.
Thank you. And you? You'd really rather us die down here than let her out? Of course I would. As much as I want you to have a happy ending, the fate of the world is a little more important, and you still have a weapon. You can still make this right.
That is a ghost who, when I look at, my organs fail. What am I going to do with this butter knife you provide me? I think the door's locked.
You haven't even tried it. It'll open. You just have to give it a tug.
Pull against the door. The lock gently clicks open in response to your effort, and the door creaks on its hinges. This isn't right. That's not even the way it's supposed to swing. It's supposed to swing out.
Now we're getting into the intricacies of door hinges. Yeah.
You're not nearly as powerful as you'd have us think, are you? Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Anyways, like he said, you're not really in control here, are you?
I think Paranoid is getting tired. Paranoid slowed down, and there was that heavy breathing right there. Because he was going really, really fast at one point, and now he's slowed down.
I never said I was. If I was in control here, why would I need you to slay her? I don't know. Secret reasons?
And while we're sitting here arguing with the narrator, he's gonna pass out.
The door is open. What are you dawdling for? It's time for us to go. The world is waiting.
Yeah, it could be based on how scared he is, yeah.
The princess moves past you into the cabin. This is it. This is your final moment to make things right. Kill her.
And Down's when he's less panicked. I don't know why he's less panicked. Things are still pretty fucked.
I thought you wanted us to slay her. It's the same thing. Do it. Do it now. Do it now, or everything is over. Okay, what do we do? I said, what do we do? Oh, do you want to hear from me now?
Oh, come on, Paranoid, please. don't get sassy.
Yes. Well, I thought you needed me to run the autonomic nervous system. We do, but this is important. Look, I'll even do it myself. Just tell us who to trust. Brain? Heart. Right, heart. Lungs. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Okay, thanks. I got it. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves.
So voice of the hero is gonna do the chanting while Paranoid thinks about the situation.
You're terrible at this. I know. I'm doing my best. Yes, it's very hard to stay focused on running things when other people are talking to you, isn't it?
This is amazing.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know, lady. I don't know.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart. Finally, I can talk. Now, what were you asking me? Running everything kind of feels like popping in and out of consciousness. It's easy to lose track of things.
Hero sounds so much worse than Paranoid does doing this.
They were asking you for your blessing to trust me. Oh, that's right, yeah. Fuck this guy. I don't trust him.
What was I doing? They were asking if you trusted me. Yeah, I don't know. Fuck this guy.
Really? So you'd have them trust her? Oh, of course not. Can't trust anybody here but ourselves, but I guess that leaves us back where we started, doesn't it? I suppose if I had to make a choice, I'd pick the one that doesn't make our organs shut down.
I love that this is all the same voice actor who was just a podcaster. Yeah, they're doing a good job. I remember people complaining about in the definitive edition of Disco Elysium that it was the same voice for every different personality, and people were like, it would be cooler if the voice changed depending on the personality. And they do that here, and it is very, very strong. Because every voice does have a little bit of a different personality, even though it's the same VA.
Thank you for your gracious show of support, but that's a marginal preference. We'll have to deal with him later. I'd just rather deal with him while our organs are intact. Whatever. You heard what he had to say, so whether you trust me or not, killing her is still the best, nay, the only option you have worth taking. Alright, I'm done. You can let me take over again. Finally, that was awful. I really don't know how you do it. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
You've been standing there staring blankly for a while now, and I have to say my patience is running a little thin. So don't make a lady wait any longer, okay? Open the door!
Slay the princess or leave the cabin. Slay the princess or leave the cabin. I kind of want to see what happens if I do slay the princess, to be fair. And then we can just reload and leave the cabin, because that's what I actually want to do. But I want to see how this even works out. Like, what am I even going to do? Like, what am I even going to do? It's not going to work. That's why I'm curious, because I'm like, how could this possibly work out in my favor?
Your will concentrates into a single fine point, and you strike out against the princess, ignoring the constant reminders of your breaking body. She doesn't even move as the blade sinks into her heart.
Okay, that's a good blade, apparently.
We did it. We actually did it.
I don't think we did.
You actually went for it! Oh, you're going to regret this! I could be so much more terrible for you than I am now!
Can she? We've already seen how she can change heart, lungs, liver, nerves. In the final moments, the princess lunges forward, tackling you. You both plunge into the endless abyss of her basement labyrinth. If you fall, you rip your blade from her chest, tightly clutching it in your hands.
Have fun falling forever. I'll show you when you finally decide to die.
She tears herself away from you and tumbles away into the darkness. You are alone. But you saved the world. You should be proud of yourself for seeing this through. Oh. I can stop now, can't I?
Yeah, this is a really bad way to go.
I can. Finally. Are we really gonna fall forever? Can't you narrate us some stairs out of it? But she was the one who controlled this place, wasn't she? And now she's dead. I don't like to think what that means for us.
I'm really surprised that the blade worked.
It means you're falling. Forever. No. Oh, no. Oh no, I hate this.
I hate this.
You continue to fall.
Bloody bollocks.
Forever's gonna end. Eventually, right? No, it won't. That's the whole point of forever. It doesn't end. You continue to fall, and you will only continue to fall.
Let's just bite our tongue. It's fine.
I feel sick. It doesn't have to be forever, though. Does it? What do you mean? We still have a way out, clutched in our hands.
Oh yeah, we could stab ourselves, yeah.
Are you suggesting we kill ourselves? Won't we be dead? This hasn't stopped us before. That's a terrible idea. You've already saved the entire world from ruin. Why would you want to die? Because right now, you don't want us to do that.
Yeah, you would prefer for us to stay in this timeline and not reset everything. Would you eventually just kill yourself with this? Oh, absolutely. There's no way I'm falling forever.
You're right. I don't. But if we've already saved the world, then why does it matter if we die? Why do you care? I just do. I value life. Every life. Even yours. Especially yours. Why? What do you mean, why? I think it's perfectly reasonable to value life.
It's actually interesting, this thing, because it's always the worst way to go, and I've seen two versions of this that I really, really like. I'm obviously not going to mention what they're from, but if you've seen the things, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. There's one thing I've seen where effectively the world has some people that are like immortals. They're not vampires, I don't think, but they're basically immortal. And one of the ways they kill someone is by tying stones to their feet and dropping them into a lake. And this person cannot die, they are immortal, and they constantly feel the sensation of drowning, but they can't actually perish. So they sit at the bottom of an ocean for all eternity, or a lake, for all eternity, constantly with the feeling of drowning, but unable to die. That's a pretty bad one. And then there's another one where someone who is immortal just gets, like, kicked into fucking space, and they just float endlessly forever. You just can't change, you can't change anything. Like, once you're just floating in space, you're all up to gravitational pulls and stuff, so you just kind of float there. Sounds like a story of Loki tied to the tree with the serpent that drips venom. Okay.
Exactly. I don't have to answer that.
It's not like it matters if I die, I'll just come back again. But I've got the best company I could ask for. You guys! What more do I need? I don't know, falling forever doesn't seem too bad. Am I not a creature of biology? When I starve or die of dehydration before forever happens, are you stuck here with us or are you capable of going other places? Drop the blade? Oh god. That's an option. It's a classic, eating livers, dripping venom. His wife holds a bowl to catch the venom every once in a while. It overflows and Loki's writhing causes earthquakes. Oh god. Not like it matters if I die, I'll just come back again.
Again? That's unfortunate. You were only supposed to be here once.
Wow, so you knew, you jackass.
I don't like the way you said that. You knew this was a possibility, didn't
Well, I mean, I already knew the narrator was an asshole, but
Of course I did. Though I rather hoped I was the first one. That explains a lot, though.
I just love the attention to detail that whenever, no matter how we stab or do something, our cursor turns to a bloody sword. If we do it. Doing every possible, like, updating the cursor for every possible instance of this happening is pretty crazy.
You bastard. How much are you not telling us?
All narrators are bastards. Not the Disco Elysium one, they're cool.
Plenty. It's all in your best interest. And the world's. And mine. She's dead and we're falling forever. How could telling us your secrets possibly hurt anyone? It just can. Look, this world is saved, but if you start over, for all you know, you're just putting another world in danger. You barely managed to land the killing blow here. What if you don't manage it next time?
Okay, I think my nerves are settling and still feeling a bit spicy. Yeah, we're still falling.
I've already said too much, really. You won't get another word out of me on the subject.
Can you tell me your secrets now?
No.
How about now? Is it secret time?
Still no.
I'm gonna wear you down eventually. You might as well spill those sweet, sweet secrets now. Then we'll have something else to talk about.
You're not going to wear me down. Oh, we should ask him one more time. He's on the cusp of sharing his secrets. I can feel it. I'm not. Either way, at least needling him is something to do.
Secret?
The narrator ignores you. You can't just describe yourself ignoring us. I can. The
Secret?
narrator continues to ignore you.
Oh. Now you've just taken away the option for me to ask about secret. Well, I got the best company I could ask for.
Oh, you could do a lot better than us.
Fair.
Exactly. You'll be fine here. Just come up with a game or something to pass the time.
Yeah, I spy with my little eye something dark. Can anyone guess what it is? Am I not a creature of biology? Won't I starve or die of dehydration before forever happens? This is what I've been considering.
That's a grim thought, isn't it? But I suppose you're right. You are a creature of biology. Something will happen to you before forever comes along. We don't have to starve to death through the void. You have our way out. Use it.
I think Paranoid's my favorite so far. Paranoid is very cool. Are you stuck here with us, or are you capable of going other places?
I'm stuck here with you. I wish I weren't. Feelings mutual. At least we're all being honest.
Oh, look at this motley crew. I get it. You don't want us to die because you'd be lonely. That's sweet.
Unlike you, I'm not capable of being lonely. Oh, sure you are. Give it some time without us, and I'm sure you'll start feeling lonely.
You should do this exact path next time, but leave. I made a save. As soon as I'm done with the death here, I'm just going back and I'm leaving instead. That's what I planned to do from the start. I just wanted to see how this played out, and I'm really glad I did. You know what? We're gonna die in the worst way possible.
Oh no, what are you doing? You loosen your grip, and the blade tumbles through your open fingers. Now you're really falling forever. There's no way out now. You mean other than starving? Right, I mean other than that.
I know, but I think this saving this one was worth it for the meta. Yeah, I guess we can save it. It's easy just to get back to where we were. Well, okay, let's wait.
You wait. And you wait for a little while longer. But eventually the thirst sets in. The hunger. The darkness of this place prevents you from wholly grasping the context of passing time. But that doesn't stop it from passing. Nor does it stop your biology from unraveling.
That makes it even worse. The fact that you have no way to tell time is passing because it's incredibly dark, so you don't even know how much time has passed, if time is actually even passing. Ugh.
The only things you know for certain are that it's long, and that it vastness of your suffering can't be adequately put into words. We really shouldn't have tossed the blade.
No, it's fine. Look at how much time we get to hang out. I condemned that character to the worst possible death.
We really shouldn't have. But biology and time are immutable forces. And eventually, long before forever gets the chance to come, everything goes dark. And you die.
How do you feel about being immortal and trapped in a cave in a deoxygenated environment? Do I get Minecraft? Now I'm settling. That was an experience. Yeah, sorry. That went on for a long time.
Don't muck it up next time. The princess may be slain here, but she isn't slain there.
Chapter 3, The Wraith. So yeah, there is another version of this that can play out where I just leave. I am interested in seeing what that happens.
This really doesn't end, does it? It doesn't matter if we kill her, it doesn't matter if she kills us, it just goes on and on and on and on and on.
That was an experience. I feel like it really showcases the storytelling potential on here, even though they're basically just using still images that wiggle a bit. That it can elicit that sort of response in the first place.
We've tried doing it our way, and we've tried doing it his way. I think the only way left is hers.
I think we're finally going to get Spider Mommy. Yeah, we tried doing it our way. We tried doing it his way. That's interesting. Because the first time I did it, yeah, we tried doing it our way. Then I listened to him and actually tried to kill. And now, yeah, we're going to go for this. And the Opportunist.
Are you suggesting we let her out? And why shouldn't we? It's obvious she's the one with the real power here. We might as well ingratiate ourselves to our terrifying new overlord. Okay, so you've already been here. More than once, even. Great. So you probably already know all about her and all about the threat she poses to the world.
So now we're here. Now we're here with the voice of the sycophant. Spider girls are hot, but moth girls are better. I do like a Mothiva.
Then let me remind you how catastrophic it would be if you helped her leave in any way. If she gets out, the world ends and everyone ends with it. Yourself included.
Dave the Diver had some good quotes.
See, it's that last part I'm not so sure about. We've ended twice now. We even ended her once, but it didn't matter, because it still threw us right back into these woods.
The Moth Girl and Potionomics. Luna's pretty good. I still love Mint.
This place feels a bit different though, doesn't it? I don't even know what I'd call it, but it's definitely not the same path in the woods anymore. That's all the more reason to take this seriously. If the path isn't the same, it means that her influence is spreading, and the world has already started to end. Her influence? I really shouldn't have said that. It'll make your task more difficult. But now it's out, you could always take that information as a sign of goodwill between us and do your job, alright?
God, okay, so yeah, we keep squeezing by annoying the shit out of the narrator. We keep slowly squeezing more and more information out of him because he definitely slipped up right there. Definitely slipped up. The past isn't the same. That means her influence is spreading and the world has already started to end. Her influence?
Well then, if the world's rushing to an end, that's all the more reason for us to rush over to the cabin and make ourselves useful. It's all about making a good impression. If we're useful, there's a place for us.
Why don't I get the cursed ones? Sage, go ahead and hit them with, if you distinctly remember the number, leper. Are you the same narrator we met on the other loops? You were quick to accept that we've been here before. We've killed her. Okay, these are new options.
Suspiciously quick. If I had to make a wager, I'd say yes and no. And what does that mean? I haven't met you, but you've clearly met me. It sounds to me like you're hopping between parallel realities, in which case the me you just met here is the same collection of experiences as the me you met at all of those other beginnings, but their continuity breaks the moment you say or do anything, in effect making them all separate.
That's quite the explanation. You tried.
So, yes, I'm the same me, but ever since the moment we started talking, I'm different.
All the more reason to side with her, really. It takes a bullshit artist to recognize a bullshit artist, and I'm one of the best in the business. So trust me when I say, he's full of it.
Hey, you hit the jackpot. There you go.
They've clearly all been through some harrowing experiences. Don't let their baggage influence your decisions. You have the ability to see things clearly. I suggest you use it.
Okay, we've killed her and been killed by her, and neither of those things have gone well for us. If we're going to fall through this loop forever, eventually we're going to let her out. We may as well do it now.
You're making a dizzying amount of assumptions. Your perceived reality looping twice before does not mean it will continue to do so forever. Those little voices have already drawn attention to the fact that even the path is different. The world itself is at a tipping point.
That does fit this game.
Know that there is always a choice. Even if you were stuck in an infinite loop, there's no reason to assume that the mere nature of the infinite would force you to make any specific choice. You do have free will, as much as things would be easier if you didn't, and you can just keep making the correct choice forever, never deviating.
Narrator, shut up, you patronizing fuck.
Do you see how little authority he has? He's practically just begging us at this point. She at least takes what she wants. She's inspirational, really. Everyone is manipulating us, but we're starting to see the threads now. We just have to avoid getting tangled up in them.
Ooh, Sandrock comes out this month. And also, yes, she's cute and she's angry at me. That's hot is definitely applicable. Okay, what happens if we don't go to the cabin? That's another option. There's something else we haven't tried. I have actually tried that. It doesn't work.
Then she finds a way out on her own.
So it sounds to me like she's getting out no matter what we do. And I say, aligning ourselves with somebody like her is clearly the better option. She's going places. Let's make our way to the cabin and demonstrate our value.
Tangled in the threads, you say? God, I hope I'm not tangled in any product made by Facebook.
No, it's strictly worse.
And why is that?
Because it's cowardly, for starters, and because the unknown is always worse than the known. But really, all you're doing right now is weighing two considerably bad options. The only solution worth considering is slaying her, and whatever delusion is holding you back from doing that is just that, a delusion. If you already managed to end her in some other world, the only reason you'd be here is that you somehow managed to do it wrong.
I killed her. You told me if I killed her, things get fixed. And then I killed her, and then I fell into an infinite abyss. So... you didn't tell me I had to kill her and win. I'm proceeding to the cabin. Again, somebody made a game out of two of my quotes. Yeah!
You continue down the path towards the cabin.
Alright, let's see what you look like.
Long before you're steps away from your destination. I don't think you need any words of warning. I think you know what's in there, and despite your protestations, I think you know what you need to do.
Of course we do. We've been over it. Find the one in charge, and make sure she knows how helpful we are.
Yeah, I'm a good little follower.
I don't like any of our options here. It feels like we're being driven down the tracks to some awful inevitability. There must be something we're missing. Something that would make everything make sense.
I don't know if I want that to be a game.
Maybe letting her out really is the answer.
Whatever. You don't want to listen to me? Do it then. Let her out. See what I care.
Are you trying to use reverse psychology on me, or have you just given up?
There's obviously no point in trying to reason with you right now, especially with all these clowns offering up their useless advice. Honestly, it seems like the more I try and talk sense into you, the more single-minded they get about letting her out. So yes, I'm done trying to argue. I wouldn't trust that if I were the one making decisions. Take it however you will.
Alright, into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is long and dark.
Oh.
A single narrow hallway stretching far into the distance. Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward, fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward. The only furniture of note is... that's strange. What's strange? Is it the mirror? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all, aside from the curtains. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? Of course there isn't a mirror. There wasn't one last time either, so why would it be there this time? Let's be mindful of our position, boys. Without the knife, we lose part of our bargaining power. We should fold and beg for mercy as soon as we see her.
The Opportunist is such a shit. We lost our bargaining power. We should fold and beg for mercy as soon as we see her.
I'm sure we have too much self-respect to do something so worm-like, right? We can always at least pretend to have a conversation as equals. We did kill her last time.
Why can't he see it, I wonder? See, the thing I've been wondering is there's multiple reasons for why he may not be able to see it. One, he does know it exists, and he's trying to, like, God, what's the word? God, my brain is failing me and I can't think of the word. But he's trying to make us think it's not real. Someone is immediately going to give the word, and I'll be like, that's the word. He's trying to make us think it's not real by just being like, what are you talking about? It's not there. Or the other potential is that he kind of has all of this drawn out and the way it's supposed to work out, and when it deviates he can't really see some of the changes, but he is describing like the curtains and stuff, so I guess he can see it. Gaslight. Yeah, gaslight's it.
Yeah, but she sort of let us do that, didn't she? And again, we don't have a blade. And look at the bright side, at least everybody knows exactly where worms stand in the pecking order. At the bottom, which is the most important part if you think about it, because it gives everybody else something to stand on, the bedrock, if you will.
Opportunist is absolutely a bottom.
She'll understand the value of that.
Opportunist, we're gonna walk in here and Opportunist is just gonna say, step on me, queen. Let's pretend there's a mirror at the end of this hallway and that right now we can't see behind it. What's there? What's behind it?
If you're asking what's at the end of the hallway, it's the way to the basement. Are you saying there isn't a door? Are you saying that at the end of the hallway there's just an opening again? No, I didn't say door, because there isn't a door, it's just an opening.
Yeah, you got rid of the door again.
It's just like last time, isn't it? Only instead of a visible empty void, there's an invisible one. For all we know, she could be standing right there behind the mirror. For all we know, she's going to jump out at us, and there's nothing we can do to stop her.
I mean, for all we know, that she could be behind us right now.
Let me assure you that there's nothing there. Nothing is going to jump out at you. Certainly not the princess. The princess is in the basement. Oh, stop being such cowards, all of you. We know what we're going to do. We know what's going to happen to us. There's literally nothing to be afraid of.
I tell you what I'm excited for. I'm excited to get to voice of the stubborn. I can't wait for that. Hydrate. Hydrating has been done. Hey, you binary. Alright, I need to go to bed. Have a good night, Sage. Approach the mirror.
You slowly make your way towards the gaping maw that awaits you. Your fraying nerves buzz with trepidation, the chill wind raising your hackles as it gently pushes you forward towards the darkness at the end of the hallway. You can't shake the feeling that you're being watched. Oh, do we? Do we feel like we're being watched? I hadn't noticed. At least you're admitting to it now. Who says being watched is a bad thing? If we haven't done anything wrong, we don't have anything to worry about. I'm sure she knows we're on her side. You stop as you reach the end of the hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there.
Lie to me quote, everyone has seen Balzette whether they like it or not. True.
I hate that I know what's about to happen. Knowing makes it so much worse. You reach your arm forward into the pitch black of the opening. Well, that was a close one. All that stress and lead up for nothing.
Opportunist likes to be watched. Opportunist likes to be stepped on. There's a lot of different ways this goes.
Hopelessly staring into the void. I'm glad I made a lasting impression.
Shit. Where is she?
She's doing less of the cutesy voice and more of the dommy mommy voice.
You feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle. Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one long, frozen moment. And then she, the princess, constricts.
Wait, something long and frigid coil around my ankle? That doesn't seem very spider-like. I guess it could be web. I was thinking tentacles. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Your bones snap.
Oh, great.
Icy pain radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs, numb with the shock of it, collapse, and you collapse with them. You're met with the visage of the princess. Her hand grips your leg in a steel vice, her grin carved jagged from ear to ear, crowded with far too many long and crooked teeth.
Oh, this is not a glow up. This is a glow down.
You killed me last time, and that was after you tried to lock me away forever. I was so close to freedom, but then you took my body away from me. So now, I'm going to take yours, and I'm going to walk it out of here.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We've been vored. Now are we going to be possessed?
And you get to watch me do it. Completely helpless.
Oh.
Just like you left me.
Oh, God.
Great, we're all on the same page then. The important part now is to let her know that we're completely on board with it.
Shut the fuck up, Opportunist. Somebody's like, I'm going to possess your body, and you're just like, that's great, that's wonderful, where do I sign?
Are we? She clearly hates us. I'm not sure letting her in is a good idea. Not like this. Oh, don't have second thoughts. This has to happen. It's clearly the only way we save our skin and get out of here. Ignore him. Have those second thoughts. Have them now.
No, I'm not gonna have them. Look, we're even now. You killed me and then I killed you. Water under the bridge, right?
I think you forgot something. Like the part where all this started when you left me to languish in a pit all by myself. Now I've become something so much worse. And it's all thanks to you.
Okay, how many... Like, obviously there's going to be a set amount of endings that are going to be vastly different from each other. But it actually seems like the decisions that I made in the first chapter and the second chapter do make small differences in this third chapter. Like, obviously once I get on this path, it's going to end kind of the same way, but the little bit of flavor text in between is going to change. Because I left you in the pit in the first chapter, and you're mentioning that. And then I killed you in the second, and you're mentioning that. And now that we're here, it's like, and the other characters are like talking about, hey, we did this once, we tried this once, let's try something different and stuff. There has to be a crazy amount of variations here.
If I were you, I would just want to get it over with. You lost your chance to call the shots. There's no going back to fix it now. You can either look on in horror or celebrate my freedom. But either way, you're about to become a passenger.
This took years to write. I can see why. I never wanted to hurt you. I don't even know how I got here. I'm a victim in all of this too, you know. Wouldn't possessing me be against my will, make you no better than me? You don't have to be evil. Okay, well, we're gonna try to go through every one.
But you did hurt me. Twice even. And I'm not letting you do it again.
My poor footsie.
Enough talking. We'll have plenty of time for chit-chat once this place is far behind us.
You remain pinned to the
Uh-oh,
floor of the
okay.
long hallway
I
as
had
the
too
rest
many
of the
options.
princess's body emerges. Her proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving in ways that defy your understanding.
Okay, I see the torso. You don't appear to have legs anymore, but you do have a pelvis and a spine. Okay. See the bottom of the ribs there.
Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching yours, her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh angle. Are you sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, like, manifest a rock right on top of her head? And crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock. Besides, I thought you all wanted to free the princess.
Wait, look, a scar. Yeah, I saw that scar. That's where we stabbed her last time. I was actually going to make a joke about it being the recusant sigil from Kingdom Hearts, but I didn't. But yeah, that's where we stabbed her. The stab is still there.
Not like this. You don't even have a weapon, so I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I, and the rest of the world, are out of luck too. Look, she's mad at us, I get it. But it's nothing we can't clear up after she possesses our body. Don't worry. I'm what you might call a smooth talker. I iron things out.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Opportunist is the type of guy that is very, very sure that he knows how to speak to women and will give you all kinds of tips on how to talk to women, and has probably wrote a book on how to talk to the opposite sex, and it's awful. Just be like, peg me.
Oh, will you now? With her like that? Good luck with that. Doesn't seem like she's too keen on forgiveness. Okay, deep breath. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine.
Voice of the paranoid. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if it's fine this time. Probably follows Andrew Tate. Oh yeah, watches Shapiro every day.
Is there any conceivable way that this is fine?
It's just like the meme.
Yeah, I'm right. This is fine. It's better than last time. At least our organs aren't failing. At least I can actually talk.
That is fair.
Your vision fades as she tears open the membrane of your soul.
I don't like the visual of my soul having a membrane. I don't like the visual of that in my head right now. Some very thin layer of membrane covering what is effectively my... I don't like that. Oh, okay. I see we've added the distortion effect.
You're awake. Eyes once again fixed on the long hallway, your vision swimming as the princess's command reverberates inside your skull. Her voice is all-encompassing. You feel wrong.
Isn't my leg like super broken? How we gonna crawl out?
It's so cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out. I know. You rise to your feet, though the pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps against the wall, desperately leaning into it for support.
Yeah, you're just making us walk on our injured leg.
The two of you are being incredibly rude. Hi, hello, welcome. I live here, along with him, and... Well, I've never been clear on whether or not he lives here.
I fucking hate Voice of the Opportunist. Welcome, hi. Should I put on some tea? Should hello, how are you? Voice of the paranoid, get the good china. God.
I don't think
helping. We should try to keep a low profile.
He is hilarious, yes, but God, I hate him.
I just want to tell you how great a job you're doing. You're a real go-getter, really seizing destiny by the throat and making it yours. It's the kind of gumption a guy can really admire.
My God. Voice of the Opportunist hitting them with the, I really, really appreciate how you pulled yourself up by the Wraith bootstraps.
That was then. This is now. I'm a big fan of winners. And you're the biggest winner around.
Oh my God. He really is. Yes. Yes. I'm a big fan of winners. It's like, oh God. This is hilarious.
I'll have you know that as soon as we wound up back in the woods on this go-around, I suggested that we free you. I'm on your side. At the end of the day, I just want a job. I figure if he's right and you're going to end the world, there's got to be something else coming after all that. And I want to make sure I have a place helping you run it.
What a shit.
I think you should stop talking.
I think he should too. Can we please vote Voice of the Opportunist off the island? Can we put it to a vote, please? Princess, what do you think? You seem annoyed too. He's annoying, but I like how uncomfortable he makes you feel more. Fantastic.
Look, all I'm saying is that whatever comes after is going to be a hefty management task. You don't want to do all that alone. And we are the only people you know. Possibly the only people left alive once you've done whatever it is you're going to do. So you'll have to hire us.
Holy fuck. Voice of the Opportunist is a middle manager that lost their job and is trying to get it back. Opportunist wants people to return to the office.
We're going to die. No, we're going to do something worse than dying. She's going to torture us out of existence, and it's all going to be your fault.
And Voice of the Paranoid is one of their poor abused workers.
We don't have to let her out. I've been storing up a little bit of will since she forced her way in here. Take it and throw us all into the basement. It's better than giving her what she wants. You wouldn't dare. Move now. Your body, still slumped against the wall, trapped between the princess's overwhelming will and the blinding pain of your splintered ankle, takes an excruciating step towards the cabin door. The movement is stiff, your body reduced to a marionette, pulled reluctantly along by your strings.
I feel like our leg bone has probably come through our skin now, and we are actually walking on like a bone peg leg, and our foot is just kind of hanging out to the side. Because, yeah, as Hemlock said earlier, our foot is mashed potatoes.
It's not that bad. The pain feels good. Because I know you feel it too.
Leave the cabin or throw your body into the abyss. Leaving the cabin is what Opportunist wants. I'm kind of looking for what's going to give us the funniest Opportunist lines. Leave the cabin, throw your body into the abyss. I think on this particular route, I would prefer for our body to be able to rest, probably. So maybe if we throw our body into the abyss, we'll be good. We'll just fall forever again, and it'll be great. Remember how great it was falling forever?
In a single moment of overwhelming willpower, you tear your body from the wall and hurl it towards the gaping abyss.
I won't let you do that.
Capillaries burst and muscle fibers tear as you and the princess struggle over the reins of your body. One foot planted firmly on the edge where the floor ends, and the nothing begins.
It's unquestionable that her reserves are greater than yours, but fortunately for you, the distance you have to cover is far shorter.
Damn, this game is cool.
Now this is just embarrassing. I would have made sure all of you had cushy jobs on the other side of this, but you're going to make it impossible to patch things up.
Opportunist absolutely is in a multi-level marketing scheme and would absolutely want all of us to join it.
It's now or never, no doubt. Just make it happen. You throw everything you have against her and manage, for one brief moment, to overpower the princess's hold on your body. But that moment was all you needed. Your foot slips a few inches, and you collapse forward, the darkness swallowing you whole.
Not again? It's okay, we have the princess to talk to this time.
Her thought slips through you, unheeded, as you fall, and fall, and fall.
Gotta head out, have a good stream later, Binary. Oh. Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, Gondola. I'm sorry.
I thought we already fell forever. Yes, but now we're falling with her. She doesn't get an easy way out this time, just like we didn't get an easy way out last time. I don't think this qualifies as saving the world, but at least you didn't ruin it. What happens now?
Fair. Is Gondola afraid of falling? I believe Gondola said he has a fear of heights. So the wind rushing thing and all of that.
I want to know what he thinks happens now. Why? What do you know that you're not telling us?
Yeah, narrator left. Idiot. Okay, fair. Oh, you can just leave. Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes sense. You're a wraith. You could just leave my body. Oh my god. That's a crazy visual. The dress is still on, but it's like wrapped around her pelvis. Like the bone itself. That looks cool. Terminal velocity ceases, and you feel a something, a mass, a growth torn out of you. You and the princess look at each other for a short moment. Ah, yes. I gave you to the many arms. But you don't dare answer her before she's gone, and you feel resistance underneath your feet once more. Memory returns.
Oh. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's going to be okay. Just trust me. You've been here before, and you always get scared. Nah, it's fine. Approach the mirror. Gaze. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. Yeah, we are changing. If I'm playing a game and I see my character falling, I get a lovely pit in my stomach, and apparently even seeming to be falling makes me uncomfortable as well. There is a very specific part in The Last of Us 2 that I hope you never have to see or play through. Find yourself in the lone quiet once again. You're at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
God, what a cool visual. Look at this design. You think there are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Yeah, no, the artist does a fantastic job here. There's just so many small details in the art here, like the spine being held up so it doesn't like fall apart by the hands down there and stuff. It is very unnerving, yeah. Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is loneliness turned to seething. She could not find her strength in others, so she found it in herself. She will make for a driven heart.
Abby Howard, 100%. She's an incredible horror artist. I do love like the kind of art like this, like Silent Hill does sometimes, Junji Ito style stuff. Like, I like a good monster horror, but sometimes you just want some kind of unexplainable, unknowable horror.
Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
The details of a biology major in horror sounds amazing. You know what's gonna happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact. He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers. He does, and when I find him, I'm going to kill him. He does, but you're going to keep that to yourself. He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have some answers.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
Damn, okay. Osamu Tezuka was going to be a doctor, but decided to write manga instead. That's why all the medical scenes in Blackjack are so amazing. I've heard like one other person talk about Blackjack, but people that really, really like Blackjack absolutely love it. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough. And then gradually
Oh.
pull the others back to me. I will be singular. A final multitude.
Wow. Okay, we only have one more left. I mean, there might be more paths, but more paths in the game, possibly. But it seems like we only have one proper one left. Biologist becoming artist is a thing. Thinks precision brain is creative brain. One of my favorite memes on the internet is it was just like a Tumblr post or something that said, my favorite kind of YouTuber is the person with a master's degree that couldn't find a job and did YouTube instead. And it's so true. It's so true. Masters, bachelors, both work. So many of the YouTube channels I watched were like, I got a bachelor's or a master's in a field, didn't end up liking the field, started doing YouTube stuff. Bam. Perhaps I should reinvest myself in YouTubing with my masters. Maybe. Do a video essay on this game. I know one of those. He studied geology. If you're talking about Keith Ballard, that's one of the ones I'm talking about. I'm also a mod in his Discord, so. Some of the best friends are an example of this as well. This is the last time. Is there anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
Yeah, Keith's great. When I started my job, Keith was most of what I watched. That's when I actually found him. This is the last stage before your completion, and I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here. Interesting. I'm ready to go back. I think I'm ready to go back. We can potentially see where these other options go. Like, maybe once we, like, proper finish the game once, it will give me the ability to kind of jump around on a web and see all of the different things. Possibly. I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark and I die. Whew. It is very, very crazy
Path in the woods.
how such a simple concept goes so many different directions.